Your home should be a sanctuary for faith, a place where you feel the presence of Allah and maintain a strong connection to Him. But what happens when objects within your home invite the influence of Satan? As Muslims, we must be vigilant and proactive in keeping our spaces spiritually pure. This article highlights 5 satanic objects you should remove from your home immediately, based on Islamic teachings. Object 1: idols or statues. In Islam, the presence of idols or statues in a home is strictly prohibited due to their potential to lead to shirk, associating partners with Allah. Shirk is considered one of the gravest sins, as it directly contradicts the core belief of Tawheed, the oneness of Allah. The Quran clearly states, indeed, Allah does not forgive association with Him, but He forgives what is less than that, for whom He wills. Surah An-Nisa 4:48. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, further cautioned against keeping such items, highlighting their capacity to attract shaitan and create an environment of spiritual distraction. Decorative statues, while seemingly harmless, can carry symbolic or religious significance that goes against Islamic values. For instance, figurines representing deities or mythical figures may subtly promote ideologies contrary to monotheism. Moreover, idols or statues are not merely physical objects, they can influence subconscious attitudes and beliefs. This is why Islam urges believers to remove these items, even if they are only intended for decoration, to maintain a spiritually pure home. By doing so, Muslims align their living spaces with the teachings of the Quran and Hadith, fostering an environment centered on the worship of Allah alone. Object 2: amulets or talismans with shirk. Amulets and talismans are often used by people seeking protection from harm, evil eye, or bad luck. While these objects may seem harmless or culturally accepted, they can pose a significant threat to one's faith if they involve shirk, associating partners with Allah. Shirk is the gravest sin in Islam, directly opposing the principle of Tawheed, the oneness of Allah. As outlined in the Quran, indeed, association with Him is great injustice. Surah Luqman 31:13. These items frequently carry inscriptions, symbols, or designs tied to forbidden practices, such as invoking entities other than Allah for help. Examples might include charms with unreadable scripts, symbols linked to superstition, or items claimed to have magical powers. By placing trust in such objects, individuals divert their reliance away from Allah, thereby undermining their Iman faith. Islam teaches that ultimate protection comes only from Allah. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized the importance of seeking Allah's aid through dua, supplication, and acts of worship, rather than relying on material objects. Believers are urged to remove and destroy any amulets or talismans containing shirk to cleanse their homes and hearts, thereby ensuring their reliance remains solely on Allah's mercy and power. Object 3: symbols associated with black magic. Black magic, known as sihr in Islam, is one of the most severe sins, explicitly condemned in the Quran and Hadith. The Quran warns against its dangers, stating, "And they followed what the devils had recited during the reign of Solomon." It was not Solomon who disbelieved, but the devils disbelieved, teaching people magic. Surah Al-Baqarah 2102. Engaging with or keeping items linked to black magic invites immense spiritual harm and the influence of Satan. Objects containing symbols tied to black magic, such as pentagrams, occult imagery, or ritualistic tools, are particularly dangerous. These items are often associated with invoking supernatural forces other than Allah, which constitutes shirk and leads to a loss of barakah, blessings in one's life and home. Occult books, talismans, or even artwork with dark themes can subtly influence thoughts and behaviors, drawing individuals away from faith and fostering negativity. Islamic teachings emphasize the importance of eliminating such objects entirely. Believers are advised to identify and destroy any items connected to sihr, purify their homes through acts of worship, and seek refuge in Allah. Regular recitation of protective verses, like Ayat-ul Kursi, reinforces the home's spiritual barrier, ensuring it remains a haven of faith and tranquility. Object 4: music and instruments encouraging haram. Music has a powerful influence on emotions and thoughts, making it a topic of careful consideration in Islam. While not all music is inherently haram, any music or instruments that promote immoral behavior, indecency, or distract from worship must be avoided. The Quran warns about distractions from the path of Allah, and of the people is he who buys the amusement of speech to mislead others from the way of Allah without knowledge. Surah Luqman 31:6. Music that glorifies sin, such as violence, promiscuity, or substance abuse, can subtly erode moral boundaries and weaken one's iman. Instruments often used in such music, like those associated with nightclubs or haram gatherings, amplify this effect, drawing attention away from acts of worship and remembrance of Allah. Media that glorifies such themes further embeds these negative influences in daily life. Islam encourages believers to prioritize content that uplifts the soul and fosters a connection with Allah. Nasheeds, Islamic songs, or instrumental free recitations can provide wholesome alternatives, inspiring spirituality without compromising faith. By consciously avoiding haram music and instruments, Muslims create an environment that strengthens their relationship with Allah and nurtures peace and purity in their hearts and homes. Object 5. Books or media promoting satanic ideas. In today's world, media in all forms, books, movies, and games, plays a significant role in shaping thoughts and values. While some content offers positive messages, others subtly glorify satanic practices or ideologies, posing a serious threat to a believer's faith. The Quran reminds us, indeed, Shaitan is an enemy to you, so take him as an enemy. Surah Fatir 35:6. Consuming content that celebrates themes contrary to Islamic teachings can open the door to Shaitan's influence. Books that romanticize occult practices, movies that depict devil worship as entertainment, or games centered on dark rituals might appear harmless at first glance, but often normalize ideologies that contradict the core principles of Islam. Over time, exposure to such media can desensitize individuals, planting harmful ideas that weaken their connection to Allah and moral compass. To safeguard one's iman, Muslims are encouraged to critically evaluate the content they consume. Choosing media that aligns with Islamic values, such as educational content, inspirational literature, and family-friendly entertainment, ensures that the heart and mind remain aligned with the path of righteousness. Avoiding satanic or harmful media is a proactive step in fostering an environment of spiritual purity and protecting one's soul from Shaitan's whispers. Conclusion: maintaining a spiritually pure home is essential for strengthening your relationship with Allah. By removing satanic objects and fostering an environment of worship and tranquility, you protect your iman and invite countless blessings into your life.